Living opera, understanding diversity. In today's episode, you can look forward to the rhythmic beats of an indigenous drumming group, followed by our Discover segment, featuring the insights of Naomi Andre, renowned educator and writer of Black opera. My name is Wheezy, and this is Loud. Hello, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 1. The colorful world of opera is full of grandeur, eccentric characters, and rich history. It is an art form that celebrates our collective love for storytelling and pushes the boundaries of human song. It is a part of Arizona Opera's vision not only to preserve the spirit of opera, but to lead the charge on this continually evolving art form. And thus, Loud was born. Living opera, understanding diversity. Our mission, to showcase artists who are Black, Indigenous, and people of color, or BIPOC, is vital to truly understanding and giving voice to many stories that are celebrated right here on the opera stage. We as a society evolve together when we expose ourselves to local artists and talents around us. That's what you'll see today and throughout the rest of the season. Now, before I introduce our local performers, we'd like to take a moment in solidarity for this land acknowledgement. What is a native land acknowledgement? It is important to understand the long-standing history we may not have been taught. It also allows us to understand our place within that history. We aim to build mindfulness around our present participation as we are exposed to this history and culture. We work to acknowledge traditional homelands of a number of indigenous nations and its people. We recognize how it is an important part of our Western communities today, and this message serves as our practice of solidarity.
Loud acknowledges the 22 native nations in Arizona that inhabit these lands, where they have lived, where they have worked for centuries. We recognize Native and Indigenous people are an integral part of our community. We thank them for their strength and resilience in protecting this land. With this truth spoken, we hope to build mutual respect and connection across all barriers of heritage and difference, and share our gratitude for the Native American, Indigenous, Alaska Native, and Pacific Islander communities that lead, inform, and partner to advance all communities across Arizona.
And now, I'd like to introduce our local artists from Fort McDowell. A group of friends from different tribes came together to form an indigenous drumming group. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Maswade.
The word Maswade means to come together and to sing or to sing. It makes the song more powerful, more meaningful when more members come together.
Fortunately, there was a lady who recorded our grandfather singing a lot of old songs, and so we started singing these songs, and then eventually we started making our own songs.
It's more than just, recreational, something to do, It teaches us selflessness. When we sing, we kind of pray.
We have about 7 people. Majority of us are all from the same tribe, the Yavapai tribe. We were once a tribe that roamed over 10 million acres of Arizona.
Really, the sound of the drums like the beat of the heart for me. It really connects me with the ground, with the plants and the trees, the way that the wind blows, and being thankful to my surroundings, to the Creator.
But majority of the time, it's just singing from the heart, knowing that we're doing it for other people.
We're going to sing a prayer song for you that I composed, and it talks about one of our deities. We're asking them to send us blessings for everybody. Singing brings joy to people. If you have the ability to sing, then our Creator blessed you with that gift, and we're supposed to share it with everybody. So we hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you so much to Maswade for sharing their amazing talents with us. And also a big thank you to the Heard Museum for supporting Loud and hosting Maswade's performance. This season, we ask ourselves, what is some opera without a glass of wine? Why stop at performing arts when there are so many local BIPOC winemakers and entrepreneurs to include? We are calling this the Taste of the Episode. Let's see what our friends down in Tucson at the Citizen Hotel pair with episode 1.
Hello and welcome to the Taste of the Episode. My name is Courtney Clark and I'm the Director of Community Alliances at Arizona Opera. Let me introduce you. First up, we have Monica Lane, owner of the Citizens Hotel and our wine expert. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely, lovely. And next we have eventpreneur, Miss Ashley LaRussa. Are you ready to get into some of this wine?
Yes, I am, Courtney.
And finally, wine enthusiast, Miss Lauren Bostic. I hope you like red wine.
I do, and I can't wait to try some today.
Okay, without further ado, Miss Monica, can you please take us through some of this fabulous wine?
Absolutely. Today we have a fantastic red wine out of the Verde Valley. This is Chateau Tumbleweed 2020 Le Blend, which is a blend of over 11 grapes, all grown in Arizona, mostly in Wilcox. They probably grow more tomatoes than anywhere in the country, and a lot of grapes. Something like 75% of the grapes in Arizona wines are grown in Wilcox. However, these makers are in the Verde Valley, up near the Yavapai Reservation. Verde Valley, which is of course where this wine is made, has a good amount of water in it, but not a lot of land. Because it's on, it's in a valley on a mountain adjacent to a reservation.
Are you ladies ready?
I am.
Ready as I'm ever gonna be.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Salud. Oh my gosh, that is delicious.
I think that's the show, just that reaction.
This would really be a wonderful opportunity of tasting these wines at your nonprofit fundraising events, galas.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great food wine.
It was a great selection of the meats and cheeses and the different varietals that they have here. The cheese really pulled out like the berry taste for me.
It pairs really well with the olive tapenade we have here. What they say is if it grows together, it goes together. So this should be a lovely pairing.
I love in the rooms of the Citizen that there are bottles available as soon as you arrive.
Yes, tell us about this lovely place.
Originally, the newspaper presses for the Tucson Citizen newspaper, which was Arizona's oldest newspaper. We are a wine-focused hotel. We have right below us one of Arizona's premier wineries, Sandreckener Wines. If we're a wine-centric hotel, then what are we doing without giving you wine in the room? And by the way, that's full bottles of wine.
They are full bottles. You guys have any final notes about this glorious wine?
Typically, Arizona wines are higher priced than other wines in other parts of the world that would be similar. And that's because there's such low volume, but they have really managed to make this an affordable wine. I think you can pick it up for probably around $24, $25 a bottle, which for what it is astounding.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for sharing space with me today.
Thanks for drinking with me.
Thank you for drinking with me and noshing on these beautiful charcuterie boards. And we hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Shall we say cheers and goodbye?
This season, along with our local performance, we are diving a little deeper on the BIPOC opera experience in our Discover segment. We had a chance to sit down with Dr. Naomi Andre, renowned educator and writer of Black opera, history, power, engagement. With that, we hope you enjoy Discover and our discussion with Dr. Naomi.
Everybody is always interested in how did you, as a brown person, get interested in such a high art form? My mother was a singer. When I was born, she was singing mainly in churches, but she had an operatically trained voice, singing Handel and Mozart and Mendelssohn. I ended up going to college in New York City, and so I was able to go to the Metropolitan Opera regularly. It was $5 to stand. It was less than a movie at that time. I just fell in love and wanted to keep going. I also enjoyed studying sort of, what's the history behind this? I had always noticed that when I'm in the opera house, there really weren't that many other Black and brown people or Asian people. I didn't think, I'm not welcomed here. It was more like, why aren't there more folks? This is amazing music. I want more people to be there. So come the 2000s, I started asking this in my own research. Who do we see on stage? Who's in the orchestra? Who are the composers and the librettists? Who's making the decisions in the casting and who's on the board? Why is it not making it out more broadly? I had noticed that there were a lot of Black people and interests in opera, but nobody had really pinned it down. So it was looking like there was this great absence. I got together with some friends and put together a collection of essays called Blackness in Opera. In that collection, there are operas by Black composers, such as Scott Joplin's Treemonisha, William Grant Still's first opera, Blue Steel, famous operas about Black subjects, Verdi's Aida from 1871, Verdi's Otello from 1887, Porgy and Bess by the Gershwins from 1935. That collection came out in 2012, and then I realized there's a lot more. I thought, okay, I'm gonna write a book, and that's what led to Black Opera, History, Power, and Engagement. One of the things I really love about being a musicologist is that I can unpack questions that I have that I don't really know the answers to or that are conflicting. A great example is in Gershwin's Porgy and Bess. So here's an opera from 1935 that is considered to be such an American treasure. And personally, I believe that it is an American treasure, but there are a lot of problems with it. The treasure is that there are incredible tunes. You get this wonderful experience of a Black community on stage. The tough thing about Porgy and Bess is that it is very, there's some real bad stereotypes that seem to just keep getting propagated in there. One of the specters that haunts opera is this other tradition, which was made here in the United States in the 1820s, 1830s, and that is minstrelsy. Characters who are hypersexualized, who are not too smart, who are servants and exoticized, forms a very uncomfortable connection with this minstrel tradition. The problem with having these stereotypes is that when we see them on stage, they get reinforced. Yes, we know they're on stage, they're not real, and yet they start to have a certain power, especially if we don't see other stories with positive images or other media in film and TV, or if we live in neighborhoods that don't have folks of color, then what we do see ends up having an inordinately strong negative shaping of our view of people of color. Should Porgy and Bess still be performed today is a question that a lot of people ask. And my feeling is that it should be because, and this is my personal feeling, the music is incredible. It's a really compelling drama. However, when a company does it, it would be great if that were not the only representation of Black life that season, and that there's some performances that actually show operas by Black composers that show a more sympathetic view. There's something that really adds a sense of belonging for everybody when you can see something you can identify with in a character, some loyalty, honor, love, some experience. That's why theater and opera and music are so powerful, because it takes sort of what makes us human. A great thing with opera too is hearing new stories. I just got to see Anthony Davis's X, The Life and Times of Malcolm X, which was originally in 1986. And yet today, after the Black Lives Matter movement, after we've had the larger understanding of Muslim culture, this opera has an incredible resonance. Operas that bring in different stories. We need these stories on the opera stage. We need to see how they are human and how our humanity connects all together.
And just like that, we're all out of time. Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of Loud, and we hope you enjoyed your time and discovered something new. Don't forget, come back and join us for episode 2. My name is Wheezy, and thank you.